Oh.
Welcome to the Undrafted Uncensored cast of Pod. Hosted by Nick Archuleta. Mosted by Colin Zanger. And last but certainly is least, Joseph Goodwin.
Oh, it might be on repeat. It is.
No. You're on repeat.
I stopped it before it repeated.
Good work.
I
don't know which one the end is. So
we're done. We're ready to go. Welcome in, everybody.
I'm trying to unscrew this video audio up right now.
I'm pretty sure the Nuggets are on repeat.
Uh-oh. What did Nick do?
Hang on.
He broke it.
Hang on.
Everything's broken.
That's all right. We'll just kick him out in his crappy internet again, and me and Joe will do the show like we
No,
should
it's not the internet.
Should have done Tuesday. Special Friday night edition while Nick figures out what's going on with the computer. We are the Undrafted Uncensored. That's Nick Archuleta to my, I believe, right when you're watching this. Left as I'm sitting down, and Joe Goodwin right above me.
See, Nick is the one with the gingerbread man playing soccer with the peppermint little mint thing from the restaurant, and I look like Charles Manson.
I'm trying to get the Instagram to work because the audio was playing.
Hey. Oh well.
Oh God!
What I tell you? That's Nick's crappy internet.
Here we go. Now Nick's frozen.
No, he's not frozen. He's kind of back.
No, but he froze for a second there.
Yes, he did.
Well, I'm trying to get
him
Instagram
moving
to
out.
work.
I mean, it looks like it's working to me. I don't know, but it says we're live right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is Saturday night involving a hotel room. First of all, Nick, it's Friday night.
Yeah.
I am in a hotel room. Very happy to be here at company end of year party, but also the sad note is that it's the closing of a hotel. So I got an invite to the party, and I'm drinking a lot of water.
Did you break a bunch of shit?
No. This hotel is turning into one of the homeless residencies, so. We are able to raid the fridges and everything like that they have. So I got some extra monsters, and
how could you? Those homeless people would love a monster.
Formerly $5 waters. Well, actually, they clear it all out before they get here, anyways. So
I'm sure it'd mostly be expired by the time they actually get all this stuff done.
I have been asked to make omelets in the morning, which I don't know if I will do or not before I go to the hotel. But what I do know is that we got a big weekend of sports and another full weekend of football. I think we all agreed last week that the 3 days of football is pretty damn exciting. And we got it again Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we have full slates on Monday, and that includes basketball too, a full slate of basketball on Monday as the Christmas games kick off. So
it's a tradition.
It is, and it's a tradition for the Nuggets to typically be snubbed, and we'll get to the Nuggets being snubbed momentarily, or formally snubbed. Even with a two-time MVP, they couldn't get on, but they have won a championship, and now they're playing on Christmas Day. But the Broncos have the prime time game against the beloved Patriots for all.
Are you hearing that?
Beloved.
I'm not hearing anything, Nick. I'm just hearing myself talk. All I hear is my self-talk. I don't hear anything in the background on your end, as you figured out. But as we go into this Patriots game, the Patriots look as though they're not going to have Ramondre Stevenson this weekend, so it's the Zeke Elliott show once again. Last time the Broncos faced Zeke Elliott in a game, he was in a Cowboys uniform, and the Broncos smoked them in a huge upset. That was, 42 to 14 or 17? Or 10.
That was the Trevor Siemian year. That was fantastic.
Now I hear the background, Nick. You can stop whatever you just did.
Nope, keep it
Sorry.
up.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's it. It was the Trevor Siemian. That was one of the big games where we as Bronco fans were like, "Oh my God, this team! Did you see what they just did to the Cowboys? Like the 2015 defense is still here. Everything is fine now." Or was it Drew Lock? And it was a little bit more recent than that.
I think it was Lock because it was at the end of the season. I will pull it up and make sure, but I know that the Broncos smoked them, and it was one of those.
Yeah, Zeke had like 8 yards.
It was one of those games where the Cowboys were on a roll, and then after the Broncos dismantled them, everyone was like, well, same old Cowboys once again.
Yeah.
But Zeke looks to avenge that loss in that bad game against the Broncos. Joe, are you afraid of this Patriots running game against a suspect Broncos rush defense?
I mean, you kind of have to be just because there's nothing else to be afraid of on the Patriots right now. That's the way they can really hurt you, especially with and Zeke being slower helps the Broncos linebackers a lot because those receiving running backs have been problems for the Broncos this year. But I feel like the biggest problem really is just speed. The fact that Zeke is more of a power guy, even though he has good hands, he can move. I feel like that's going to kind of play a little bit more in the Broncos' favor, where guys like Singleton and Sanders, who are faster than Zeke, not necessarily fast, but faster, can kind of get some penetration and hit him in the backfield, where and a guy like Jewell can just hit him because he'll get there. They won't have to be liabilities in coverage as much because they should be able to keep up with him. But yeah, that's the thing that worries me most about this team is them being able to establish a consistent running game so that Bailey Zappi can have more time in the pocket and throw to whoever the fuck they have catching the ball. Had you ever heard of Demario Douglas before this year? Because I hadn't.
Before this year, no. But one guy I have heard of is Hunter Henry, who last week did it again. 3 catches and 2 touchdowns or something along those lines. He is a touchdown machine. We all just saw what happened to the Broncos against the Lions as one Sam Laporta made the Broncos defense look like a Laporta potty. And Hunter Henry is going to be on the hunt for some touchdowns this weekend. Again, that is if he plays. So, are the Broncos going to be crying, "Oh, Henry," this week?
Maybe, but again, I think the biggest factor is speed.
Okay.
I think they can keep up with Hunter Henry as long as Belichick doesn't scheme him open into the end zone. That should be fine.
Well, then that's a whole other question. Do you really need to scheme up a tight end to get open against the Broncos?
When it's Hunter Henry, yes.
Okay, that's fair.
That guy, fair. I mean, I would love to maybe calculate somehow, see him running in a dead sprint. What kind of 40 does that guy run at this point in his career? 6, maybe 7.
I mean,
he's a tight end. He doesn't even run that far.
No, they do.
No, they don't.
The Broncos just don't use them. No, yeah, tight end. You look at the Falcons with Jonnu Smith. That's all he ever does is get 50-yard catches.
Yeah, that's a different breed of tight end.
Yeah, and Laporta's kind of more of that mold too, where Hunter Henry's just that big, slow, has good hands, but more of a blocking style. But yeah, he'll catch it if you get it to him.
Yeah. So just to go back, there were 2 games. You are right. The 2017 game that was 42-17 was the Trevor Siemian, but then the Broncos played the Cowboys 2 years ago in 2021.
Yeah,
and won 30-16. Yeah. But still, the Broncos have done a relatively good job containing Zeke, but he does catch the ball out of the backfield a lot. I'm personally a little nervous about that. I don't think Belichick is going to put too much on Zappi's plate because why would he? It's just like we talked about with the Broncos the other day. Why would Sean Payton go to having Russ try and win you the game? So you can never say a coach is too smart to do something that's stupid, but I don't see Belichick trying to make Zappy throw the ball 35 times a game to his wide receivers when, as you mentioned, they're Demario Douglas and Juju might play.
Juju
He
even
might
back?
get concussed, or he might pull a hamstring. Who knows what happens with their wide receiver?
K-Jack's back, so you put K-Jack on Juju, and that'll solve two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I mean, two players out of the game.
Yeah. In the first drive.
First play.
Here we go.
Oh my god. Yeah. Kareem Jackson is back, Nick. It sounds like you're back and good to go. So if you want to take the reins, feel free. Or I'll just keep rolling. I don't know.
Yeah, keep rolling for now, dude. So let me apologize first because when I logged into Instagram to go live, the feed was playing through my speakers as well as you guys. So I had you on normal time, then I had you on delay. And there are no buttons on the Instagram live. There's nothing. It's just the feed, and it tells me if anybody's joined the video. So I'm like, well, this is neat. And so I had to go into Google to find out how on StreamYard I can mute Instagram to be able to hear you guys normally. And so that's what screwed everything up too. Was I was trying to find where I could finally mute Instagram.
Well, the gingerbread man can.
You want to say it again?
Just go listen to the Instagram live, and it's on repeat.
It's on delay, so if Colin wants to talk shit, we can bleep it out.
But yeah, you mentioned K-Jax being back. That's a big lift if he can stay in the game this week. Play the whole game. Also, you got to worry with Jackson. Not that he's not a hard worker, but the amount of games that he has missed this season, where is his health? Where's his stamina? Where's his playing ability?
Where's his
mentality? I mean, we saw him fire up Twitter the other day after that hit on Pittman and on the Broncos, and he's like, "Oh, that's definitely a head-to-head. Where's that guy's spine?"
There's another one in the Rams game too the other night.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I missed that one, but. Yeah, where's his mentality? Because is he going to get in trouble again? I mean,
yeah.
Here, I don't
want to say trouble. Trouble's a little bit of a hard. I understand where you're coming from.
Is he suspended again? I mean, is he going to? I think was that you, Joe? I can't remember which one you put it in the chat. Over under for Greg Dulcich. I mean, is it really over under? Is it over under 1.5 games? For Kareem Jackson the rest of the season?
Over under 3.5 drives.
Well, I mean, we could do drives too. I mean, but I'm going with stamina. Sometimes you got to test your stamina out after a while. I learned that firsthand. You don't know where your stamina is at till you get into it.
The good thing is, at least, PJ Locke's kind of proven himself a little bit more now that he's had some more reps. He's had to play with the big boys. And he's had to grow up real quick. So when he first came in, he looked like a lost rookie out there in the middle of nowhere, thinking he was on an island by himself. And he's showed improvement over this last suspension. So, I mean, you send Kareem out there because obviously he's your number one.
Yeah.
And if it looks like at some point either Kareem's stamina or, he's just getting in his own head, you can send PJ out there and spell him for a little bit. And that's where somebody like Simmons or one of the leaders out there on defense needs to pull him aside and be like, dude, clear your head. Let's go. You got this. You've done this. You can do this. You're not getting paid, well, probably $58 an hour now because of all your suspensions. But,
you're
getting $60 an hour. So come on, you can do this.
I got a question. When they send PJ Locke out there, does he take a bus to get onto the field, or is he flying out there with the rest of the team?
Oh, I heard about that.
Okay. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so supposedly PJ Locke was not cleared to fly with the team to Detroit. So he takes, he drives, he rents a camper or bus or whatever,
an RV,
a van, RV, whatever, to drive out there, and he plays in the game. So not cleared to fly, but he's cleared
He's
to
cleared to play.
in a game.
What was the problem?
Concussion or
Concussion.
something.
Yeah.
That's
He wasn't cleared to fly, but he was cleared to play.
That's
Well, you got to figure though, you're getting up at those altitudes too. There's a lot of cabin pressure, and
yeah.
But you're getting in a car wreck on the field.
Exactly.
Come on, Nick. Don't try and make an excuse for this.
Yeah.
Altitude is going to cause like CTE related problems. Getting hit in the fucking head by a Detroit Lion is going to make it a lot worse.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
You
are
can't
they
go up and fly, but you can, come down and play a foot. No.
like they're worried about
No.
getting a blood clot or whatever happening while you're in the air, but yet you're
Does
still
he
going
get
to let this
reimbursed for
guy get in a wait, what?
you think he gets reimbursed for that?
Oh yeah.
I
would turn in the receipts. I mean, unless he's keeping receipts. I guarantee it. PJ Locke is keeping receipts.
I would be.
He's Geno Smith 2.0 right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's not like the team actually probably paid for it. In all honesty,
Probably.
Because it's not like if he missed the plane or something like that, that would be a different story. But I think just because he wasn't medically cleared to fly. But it's still unbelievable that you would not be cleared to fly, but yet after a day or whatever, 2 days of driving that it was, that you'd be cleared to play in a football game that, caused that no flying issue.
Yeah, no way.
Interesting.
Just, and that feels like some of those loopholes that NFL teams and players take advantage of that they probably shouldn't. Like, and obviously the Broncos lost anyway. We kind of figured it was going to be. So, like, why would you put him in that game? Like, obviously, in terms of, like, from a football standpoint, who the hell's going to be your safety?
I was going to say they didn't want Turner Yell out there and then Detroit putting up 70 on you again this season.
Yeah, as much fun as that sounds.
It might have helped me win my fantasy matchup.
Yeah, you would have been great. But, yeah, that just feels like, I don't know.
That's 18 hours.
Yeah, like
that's an 18-hour drive.
Yeah, so is 18 hours really going to make that much of a difference with head problems? That was kind of fun. I'm assuming that was from Colin's end.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let me shut the door real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it.
So
I don't know what
here's
they
my
said.
next question for you, Joe. Do you?
What's up?
Yeah, no, right? Do you do that in 1 day or do you do that in 2 days? You drive like 10 hours and take a nap and then drive the last 8 hours.
Well, he rented like a camper or an RV or something, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't drive a second. He wasn't driving at all. He's just kicking it.
That's true. You're probably right. He probably did just chill.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, maybe going over film, reading a book, something. Yeah, I don't think he's driving any of that. Because if it's by yourself,
let's say it is you though. Let's say it is you. Are you going to drive that whole 18, or are you going to take a break halfway in between?
Well, I'm pretty sure they said that he took a break.
Well, it depends on
the drivers took a break, whoever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way. But it depends on the schedule. Like when you get to Detroit, are you going to have a day to sleep and kind of recharge? Then you just go. 18 hours isn't that bad. It's not good, but you can stay up for 18 hours and get
just
there.
You got to go find a Starbucks bathroom.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, a few times.
Someone to drop their meth bag in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, did Stody have some uppers for you in there?
Yeah, just a big old bag of meth.
As long as the barista doesn't get nosy and try to find it again.
Oh, man. For the people that may not know, I found a big bag of meth in the Starbucks bathroom one time. I work at Starbucks. I went in to clean it, and there was just one of those little drug baggies that you see at a head shop, just chocked full of some Breaking Bad looking shit.
That was one of our...
Yeah, I'd never seen it before. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but I haven't actually messed with it. So I went and put it in one of the little like clear Starbucks cups, and I was like showing it to customers, like, "Hey, look, you want to see some meth?"
Let me guess, you haven't seen them again. That was like one of our first shows.
No, they were regulars.
Yeah.
They all came back. They brought it up every time they came in. Like
Well,
the one guy, he was like, "Hey man, did you find anything in the bathroom?"
I dropped something the other day.
Yeah, every time he came in for a good like week or two, he was like,
I would so come in and ask you to enhance my drink with the Breaking Bad flavoring.
That's
Can I get
definitely
2 shakes of Breaking Bad.
that's definitely the secret menu Starbucks that everyone talks about.
Like, so an extra shot's $1.25. How much is an extra bump?
Oh, okay. Back on the. I'm just screwing everything up tonight. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys got into it. I was focused on other stuff.
Couldn't hear.
I heard you guys talking a little bit about it. I think the Broncos have a little bit of an advantage coming into Sunday, though. It's Sunday Night Football. It's going to be cold, and they've won at home more times against New England than they've lost. They're, I think, 31-12 at home against New England, or 21-11. I'm sorry, 31.
I was like 31-12. I was like, they played them a lot. That seemed like a pretty good number. You're good.
That's just at home. So
like,
21-11 at home.
The division a lot, but not that much.
And this is everything. This is AFC Championships.
Yeah.
It's all the games. But I mean, Belichick's always had a hard time in Denver. I mean, yeah, they're on a 2-game winning streak right now, but I think with this offense and Sean Payton, they're not going to allow him to add another team to his above 500 record, because the Broncos are one of 3 teams that Belichick does not have a winning record against.
We're going to keep it that way.
That playing into it. Huh?
And we're going to keep it that way.
Yeah.
See, what I worry about is that loss for the Broncos and where the loss to the Lions and what that means for them going into this weekend and how they feel, because they know that they are not in control of their own destiny anymore. Really, for the most part. I mean, they can win out, but they need help. If they had won that game against the Lions, they would have had a chance. But they also, in that game, they got demolished. And when you're up against a physical team like the Patriots are, whose defense isn't great, but they always are good or good enough, and that's because they take away your best player. I mean, Cortland Sutton, he's made some great catches, but is he great? No, he's not in that category. But you take him away from this offense, and what is this offense doing?
Running the ball a lot.
For 2 yards a clip?
Yep.
I mean, this is the lowest over-under for game for the weekend. You mentioned it being cold. I mean, it's New England's cold too, Nick. Like, I know there are different types of cold.
What?
But yeah, newsflash: New England gets pretty damn cold too.
Oh,
so I don't know how much that does, but I think it does affect the Broncos a little bit more with a guy like Zeke, who's more of a pound, a pound guy type of thing, and he's not going to get to the outside and do the runs like Jahmyr Gibbs did. So
yeah, but how much does Zeke have left in the tank too? He signed with New England because they were the only ones willing to give him anything.
I mean, how much did Cedric Benson have left in the tank when he went off for 200 against the Broncos?
I mean, that was kind of the beginning of the resurgence of his career. So I'd say he had a little bit more, but I think Zeke still has some left. Like, he's still an effective back. He's not a starter. He can be a starter for a game or two, Well, I'm as good once as I ever was.
There you go. Hit that country music, Joe. I love it.
Well,
I mean, but even like you talk about these guys, I've mentioned Dearness Johnson from last year, or 2 years ago, whatever. I mean, the Broncos.
Do you guys know how to spell country? I stole a chapstick.
Well played.
Shameless self-promotion. I was thinking that you were going to go somewhere totally different, like redneck or something like that.
I did too.
Um, yeah, I just
Something like
KYGO.
Bush Light or something.
yeah, I sit there and I'm really worried about Zeke in this game and the Broncos not being able to match the physicality of the Patriots. If they do match that and the intensity, I think that they can come out with the victory. But a lot more is going to depend on that first drive, because what we saw in the last game is that, or excuse me, the first half, and how the Broncos adapt to the Patriots after the first drive. Because what we saw last week was the Lions not use Laporta or Gibbs right away, and then once they started to use them, the wheels fell off, and the Broncos couldn't make up for it. Vance Joseph did not have an option B.
I still think the Patriots are too one-dimensional offensively, that it's easier for the Broncos now to focus on Zeke because they don't have a quarterback that's worth anything. And I don't see them completing more than 25 passes throughout the whole game. And most of those are just going to be like stupid little dinks and dunks, probably because you're so focused on the run game. You're blowing up the box and getting pressure on these quarterbacks that can't wipe their own asses.
Sorry, I'm just giggling because I just picked up Zeke Elliott in fantasy, and that's what Nick's notification was.
Nice. Yeah, you need a big game this week, Joe.
I do. I don't have any running backs.
Yeah.
I just picked up Zeke. I had him a few weeks ago. I dropped him last week, and I was like, "Oh, Stevenson's out. Here, let me just do that real quick."
I'm not 100% if he's officially out, but I'm like pretty sure that.
He is. I just checked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the leagues I have him in, I'm not playing anyone, because in our league, if I lose, I just get a earlier choice of where I get a pick in the draft next year. So
there you go.
I got no money on the line for this year anymore.
Wait, don't you get your money back if you get third?
I can't get third. I'm out of the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's this round. I keep forgetting that there's one more week.
Yeah. So, I've seen this with the Broncos. We've talked about playing down to their competition. And that's why I worry about the intensity coming into Sunday. It should be an exciting time. First game back in 3 weeks at Mile High. The crowd, it's Christmas Eve. They're the only show in town.
Merry Christmas Eve. Eve?
It should be, this feels like it should be one of those where that over under at 33.5, it should be like 27-6 Broncos.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not I'm worried about this team playing down to the Patriots. That's where I sit.
I get it. I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I think the fact that the Broncos still have their heads above water in that postseason picture, and that it's catching on like wildfire. The Belichick's gone at the end of the season anyway.
Yeah.
Which is still just a rumor technically, which I think is hilarious because come on. He's not.
Okay, yeah. I'll believe it when I don't see it. I mean, there's as I said in the rundown, this game is gift wrapped for the Broncos, and it's a perfect time to have a gift wrapped game given to you Christmas Eve. Open that bad boy up, throw that L at the Pats, and go into Monday relaxed on a win, and watch a whole bunch of teams try to destroy each other and keep you out of the postseason. You will go away.
Watch a bunch of dreams get dashed on Monday.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
We can wait to pick this game though, because it is a primetime game. So don't you dare screw it up by picking it right now, guys.
I'm not picking it. I was getting ready to move on to the next subject, actually.
I think we should
move on to the next topic.
Where are we going, Nick?
Let's head out west real quick to Los Angeles, where apparently they didn't get their fill of sushi because now the Dodgers are bringing in Yamamoto.
I mean,
10 years, $300 million. In the last week, the Dodgers are. Let's just do the whole month because it's easier that way. The Dodgers have spent $1.1 billion on 3 players. That's a billion with a B. $1.1 billion.
Billion.
Yes.
Billion.
I want to be a billionaire.
So I'm going to pose the question because there's a lot of people that are angry about this, and a lot of them aren't baseball fanatics anyway. They're just more people that are casual baseball fans. Are the Dodgers going to force the MLB to have a salary cap after this?
I hope so. Because that would even the playing field a lot. Because shit like this happens all the time. Where teams just go out and just spend a shit ton of money to just buy a World Series real fast. And it doesn't always
in the World Series last year.
Well, yeah, last year was different, but this still happens a lot.
I mean, the Rangers in a way bought. I mean, they didn't buy it, but they did bring in a lot of free agents.
They brought a lot of free agents, but they didn't spend nearly as much as all these other teams.
No, they didn't.
The Diamondbacks didn't.
Oh, Diamondbacks were homegrown.
Yeah.
The Indians, 2016, when they faced the Cubs, that was a homegrown team. What was it, 2015 was the Royals? You got 2 years of the Royals. I would just say you can go back. The Rockies made the World Series in 2007. They're not a big market team.
No,
and they rolled through. They rolled through the playoffs like nobody's business that year too. And it's stars lining, whatever you want to call it. But guess what? Small market team made it to the World Series.
Well, yeah. But we also saw the early 2000s where the Yankees were consistently in it, buying every player that they wanted or desired. I mean,
like I said last pod, the Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson, who then went to the Yankees.
Or no, that was
Didn't Randy Johnson play for the Yankees?
Yes, he did.
Okay, yeah.
Was it after the Diamondbacks? Okay,
yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks brought him in to win, and then he went to the Yankees for like the later part of his career.
I was gonna say,
you got in that paparazzi's face when he was trying to take his picture.
Then what did Curt Schilling do after?
He went to Boston.
He went back to Boston. Oh, that was a bloody sock. That's right.
Yeah.
I was just trying. I was trying to put them together, like mixing them up. But the early Yankees, early 2000 Yankees, they bought it. This is a whole different animal of buying, a player. Really
had to stay within a they still had confines that they had to deal with a little bit though. Whereas the Dodgers they're circumventing the rules right now because they just went to a $300 million player and said, "Hey, we'll pay you, but we'll pay you when you're tending to your rice paddy farms out in Japan when you're 45 years old and can't play anymore."
Well, they're not circumventing the rules. They're working within the parameters that the rules have allowed them to. So what I think
the Yankees.
What I think changes first is that Major League Baseball changes those rules a bit about player signings and their contracts. I think that's the first thing to go because you're going to be even harder pressed to get Major League Baseball and the Players Union to agree on a salary cap because now you have a number of $70 million a year for a player, and Shohei is in a class of his own. But how are you going to say that these salaries, like how much lower are you going to pay the next guy? I mean, let's just say, I know it's not Mike Trout, but let's just say Mike Trout, for example, how much lower do you go under $70 million a year? And how do you get a players union to agree, oh, we got to have a salary cap because these guys' salaries are growing too much?
They love that.
Yeah, that's something I don't see the players union agreeing to because when it comes time, I know Mike Trout's older, but for his next contract, let's see some other hot
40s, dude. It won't be Trout. It'd probably be.
Yeah, I was gonna say some other hot names.
Juan Soto, probably.
There's another one. Soto's
Tatis.
There. Tatis Jr.
Guerrero, Vladdy,
Acuna.
Acuna. Well, the Brewers just signed one of their AA outfielders to like $180 million contract for 7 years.
God.
I think.
I didn't see that, but that's what I'm saying. That Major League Baseball is going to try and fix these loopholes first and foremost before they put a salary cap in, because the players don't want a salary cap.
No,
that's something that's not going to fly with them. And so you're going to have to come to some sort of agreement, and that portion of that agreement is going to be this deferred money or pushing money out, I'm guessing, or the amount of money that you can push out. There's just no way that with the salaries where they're at now, that any sort of players are going to say, oh yeah, let's put a limit on this because my next payday, I have an opportunity to make. Let's take Soto that you said. What's Soto going to be worth? 55 million a year?
You could probably get him up to 60.
That's
depending on the year he has this year.
Yeah.
Depending on the year he has this year, the fact that he's 24, you can lock him up for probably 60.
And you got,
how much did Ohtani get? Ohtani got 70 a year,
70 a year for 10 years. And he's not even pitching this year. His pitching future is a little questionable, but like we still all, I still believe he's going to go out and throw again and be on the mound, at least for a little bit. So
at least for one season.
Like you just don't know how long, and you're still getting this guy $70 million. And like I said, he's a talent beyond anyone else. But Soto, just that next level underneath, his next deal, if they put a salary cap in place, that 55-60 turns into 35-40.
And Scott Boras isn't going to stand for that.
Yeah. And even the cat's pissed off about the idea of a salary cap.
I'm glad you guys could hear that. He has a bouncing toy. It's on like a bungee cord, and it has like a little tiny motor that just pulls on the cord, which has a little mouse at the bottom of it. So it's just a mouse on a cord bouncing in a doorway. And as soon as he catches it, he's so proud he has to tell everyone about it.
Nice.
Good job, Mr. Pants.
Well, when we all heard about Yamamoto signing, that's the biggest. Guy who hasn't thrown a pitch in the major leagues gets $300 million. This is what I talked about with the Angels and Shohei Ohtani, though. Like how did the Angels screw it up so badly and not recruit players to them? Yamamoto, yeah, it's a lot of money. The Mets came out and said today they left everything on the table. I don't know if that means they offered him more money, but you got to believe that Shohei being in a Dodgers uniform had some influence on him signing there.
Yeah. It was just a matter of whether or not he was content with being the guy on the team or, being there next to the guy.
Well, would you consider him the Dodgers ace? Would he be their best pitcher?
Yeah.
Right now,
yeah, but I think still yet to be determined.
Really? So you think has Buehler fallen off then, or is he not there anymore? Because he was talked about as like one of the best pitchers in baseball, I thought. Walker Buehler?
He's still recovering from Tommy John.
I was going to say he was out.
Oh, he got hurt.
Year. Yeah.
Okay.
He got hurt.
I just know they've always had so many great pitchers. Obviously, Kershaw forever.
They lost 3 of them to injury.
Damn. Okay. So, well, then he kind of is the guy then. Like Yamamoto is the guy. There's no like better pitchers right now. He's going to be the guy, at least for this year, until Ohtani can potentially come back and pitch. But even then, like, who are they going to use him as like a starting pitcher on a regular basis? Because when he starts at pitcher, can he still hit dingers the next day? Is his arm not too sore? Does starting him at pitching kind of limit some of his hitting? I'm asking. I really don't know.
For Shohei?
Right?
Yeah,
for Shohei's. He's a left-handed hitter and a right-handed thrower.
Oh, okay.
So
he can hit the next day after a start.
So the one thing that the Angels were doing was giving him a rest day, but it's not like he didn't hit or come in and pinch hit. Okay. It's just he didn't always do it, and sometimes they switched up and he was playing the next day in the field, but taking the middle day off and then ramping back up for a start. But yeah, Walker Buehler pitched last in 2022. He pitched 12 games, and so at least that's what I'm seeing. He didn't pitch
Yeah, he had Tommy John again.
Yeah, he had it in the offseason. So you don't know how he's coming back still. Like they do have some great arms, but you got to see, you just don't know how the game is going to translate. I mean, Darvish had his struggles coming over from Japan. Oh man, Dice K. Yeah, I was like Dice K, and then there was one more Cubbies guy, Tanaki.
Oh yeah, there was. Tanaka was with the Yankees, and then there was. Oh damn it! What the hell's his name?
I know we're gonna bring it up. Yes. Suzuki. Like those guys. No, he was with the Mariners. But some of those guys came over and struggled a little bit until they found it. Darvish kind of found his groove for 2 seasons, maybe 3.
I'll give him 3.
Yeah, it's just it is a different game, and you don't know how it's going to translate. Although all signs point that he'll be able to be good right away.
Yeah, I mean, just the other thing too is these guys are going to big market teams too, and we all know how impatient Dodger fans are. So he's going to have to come out there right and like show some flashes right away because, let's say Yamamoto had signed in the Bronx. Ask Carlos Rodon what it's like to show up and be the guy. And you're 0-2 after 2 weeks, and you're on the IL for the first time of 4 in a season.
I mean,
and that's the other thing too.
I was going to say you could look at last year. Oh my God, Cy Young. Who won the Cy Young with the Yankees?
Like Snell.
No.
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Garrett Cole. Oh my God! At the start of the season, he couldn't hit the catcher. Like they had pitches going to the backstop. He lost like 2 or 3 games straight at one point. Was giving up runs, and it was like, was this a mistake? Would they blow it up? Should they get rid of him? Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's tough when you're in a big market and you're expected to win.
That's why the Yankees.
That's why Monfort loves the Rockies because
nobody
can just keep losing, and everyone shows up because they don't care about baseball.
They're going to show up and watch Yamamoto and Shohei.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet Monfort wishes he had those 24 games a season now against the Dodgers.
You're right.
How's that? The only team in baseball. They're the only team that benefits off every move everybody else makes because they're not going to do shit. But everything you do, that's going to be great when you come here.
Yeah.
We're going to sell so many tickets.
Guaranteed full house.
Every move in the MLB is a net positive for the Rockies.
Yeah, right. Every big signing for any other team. I mean, I bought tickets to the Angels game when they came here. I'd like to see these guys in
a different jersey beat the Rockies.
Yeah, there's still a few free agents out there. We got Belly. Belly still hasn't signed. Cody Bellinger. Hader still hasn't signed.
Bill Hader?
Yes,
Bill Hader. I don't know if you guys heard this too. The Dodgers home opener against the St. Louis Cardinals has surged by 152%.
Oh my God.
They went from $390.95 a ticket to $983.71 before fees.
Oh man!
I wonder
that's
if
for a Dodgers.
I wonder if the Rockies tickets are going to be cheaper to go watch the Rockies out there.
I saw
out there, yeah.
I don't remember if it was Reddit or one of my Discord lines. They were saying it was, I think, like $150 for just a Rockies game.
Jesus.
That'll drop.
Well, see,
good thing you got that one off.
You know what? You know what? This is exactly why Monfort should want to sign these types of free agents.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Where's he going to get that money from?
Where's he going to get that money from?
$900 tickets.
How many cows is he going to have to slaughter?
Yeah.
$900 tickets. There you go. You want to say you're a middle market team? Pack the house with sensational once-in-a-lifetime players, and you can sell tickets for $900. I know it's on.
Yeah, you can sell for $900 when they come around for the 3-game set, and you don't even have to pay that player.
No. I'm saying, okay, yes, you are right. Never mind. I get where you went with that. I was saying no. Monfort signed the players, so you have 82 games of it at home, 81 games at home.
Yeah,
No,
or you
how
just
do you
don't
do
sign
this
them
to
and you
keep
get
the fake
like 4 or
possible?
5.
Yeah, you just enjoy your eight to nine games a season with them in Colorado.
Yeah, those are free. You didn't have to spend anything to get those. But yeah, like I'm also picturing like
$100 parking.
yeah, like if he had to, say he's gonna do a bunch of more meat stuff to raise the money to pay these guys or whatever. Are we gonna start having more blood pools? Like, can we name this pool of blood Yamamoto and this one over here?
Have we heard back from Mr. Monfort yet?
No, not yet. He has not replied to our email.
Well,
I
Oh,
do
that's right. I
keep
forgot we
checking.
did that. Yeah.
well,
Yeah, I do keep checking.
he's unfortunately busy not signing anybody.
He's real busy
Yeah.
dealing with free agency right now.
Busy doing other stuff. And
Hey,
speaking
you
of
know what?
busy,
Oh, I was just gonna. All I was gonna say was that, regardless of what happens with the Rockies, this is going to be a very, very entertaining baseball season.
oh yeah,
With what has happened this offseason and the storylines going in. I mean, the Dodgers are obviously going to be the team to watch, but the Yankees making their trade. Can the Blue Jays figure something out? Are these young guys? Is Eddie De La Cruz legit?
are the
Jazz
Orioles legit?
are the Orioles? Yeah. In Miami, are the Marlins going to take another step? Can
I think they
Braves
might be
still
our
stay-
Diamondbacks next year.
That's a pretty good call. I like that. I don't know about their pitching, but I'd have to look into that more because I haven't really spent time.
No, I haven't
Are
either.
the-
The way they
are
did
the-
at the end of the season.
Are the Braves nearing the end of their run right now? They didn't look that good. The Cardinals are obviously
That was a
rebuilding.
quick run.
Are the Diamondbacks going to still be decent?
Yeah. Can they hold it all together? I don't know. It's going to be
They do it again, yeah.
it's going to be very, very interesting.
There's only one thing we know for sure.
The Rockies
won't.
are going to not lose 100 games this year.
And we did lose 100 games last year, right?
We did.
103.
We did.
Hell yeah. 103.
I witnessed it
Most
once
losses
in my
in
life.
franchise
That's all
history.
Yep.
I mean,
I love it.
Just for the sake of the team, I hope they can beat that, lose like 105, 106.
For the sake of the team.
Yeah, because the more Monfort has historic losses, the likelier he's forced to sell. It's still not likely.
He won't sell. He's got a cash cow.
I was gonna say, if the Rockies
Literally.
lose 105 games, they're still gonna have those games against the Dodgers that bring in $500,000
Yeah,
just
Have you
in
seen the
ticket
hotel
sales,
across the
not
street?
even food. Oh my god!
Well, doesn't Major League Baseball have a way to like force owners out that are just not doing anything?
No, because that's why the Athletics are headed to Las Vegas.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. I feel like the worse things get, the closer that we get to the end of this era that God we need so bad. But yeah, sadly it's probably just going to end whenever Dick Monfort dies, and I don't like hoping for someone to die so that a sports team can be good.
Nobody needs to die for a team to be good. I mean, unless it's like an in memoriam patch, and then you're playing. This one's for whatever. I don't know.
Moving on.
I don't know. Let's go on to the next one. Moving on.
Let's move to the Avalanche locker room real quick, and will somebody please stand up and lead the team until Landy comes back? Because this is getting really dumb, and when we're starting to call out 14 of the guys on the roster without naming them, that's a bad day.
I mean, yeah, but also like Nathan McKinnon has been on fire the past couple games. Like he really has stepped up.
Yeah, but that was after Taves started criticizing the team.
Well, sure, yeah, that probably needed to happen. But no, that was like a couple days ago. McKinnon's been playing better for more than just like the last couple games. But like I don't know. I feel like they have that now, but they just need to stay consistent and be able to defend, I guess, to say it like a basketball fan.
Do you think the Taves comments had something to do with the Lehkonen stuff?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that played into it. I think it's just this team is frustrated because they are not playing up to where they're supposed to be. And we talked about it earlier. We talked about it a few shows ago. Nobody knows how to fill that captain role because they're waiting for Lanny to come back, and I don't think they want to. Hockey tradition, you don't usurp that position. And so,
but you get Crosby with a little C in here, and there you go. Yeah, buddy.
What is your obsession with Crosby?
Dude, I want him and McKinnon to play together in their career when at least Crosby can still play and not be just an afterthought, I guess.
Yeah. Like he is now?
I mean, he's less of an afterthought than a guy like Zeke Elliott is. And Zeke Elliott's not quite an afterthought. It's because the Penguins suck.
Joe picked him up.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a role he has on the Penguins, but Zeke has a role in the Patriots.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
saved Joe's team.
But that's what I'm saying is that Crosby has more in the tank, and EJ is still playing. Like
Jaromir Jagr is still playing
in Russia
in Russia,
old man's league.
Yeah, because he owns the team.
Because he owns the team. Yeah, that's it too. But no, I believe Crosby, and we all know the Bork story when he came here, and it's not Crosby's obviously won a championship already, but I really feel like Crosby has more in the tank than Bork had when he came here to Colorado. That's my obsession. Like I want to see those guys play together because it's one of those things when you get those people who kind of grew up together, grew up around each other in the same thing. When they get on the same team, there are those teams that are not as talented as everyone else, but they have so much chemistry. They're better than everyone else. And that's what I feel like it would bring to the Avs because just him and Nate and that chemistry. Can you imagine that power play?
Dude.
Ooh, dirty.
Nuts.
Dirty dangles.
Dirty dangles, boys.
Well, where do you put him? You bring Crosby over. Where do you put him?
He's your second line. Move him up to the four. I mean, Bednar's showing up. Probably. I think he knows where he would be like sitting at, or like he's second fiddle, and then he's on the power. I mean, on the offensive power play is power play number one. You just have all that offensive power. Him, McKinnon, Makar, and Rantanen on a power play.
That's
fucking.
I'm not saying it's not dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm just saying when you're even strength, is he willing to take that second line because you've already got your first line? Do you mess with the mojo of the second line?
Well, maybe that move also involves moving Nichushkin out.
Ooh, I don't like that.
I mean, with the stuff that got stirred up, you never know if that's part of it too, though.
No,
in the locker room. I mean,
the only way I'm like okay with bringing in a guy like Crosby is if you don't give up too much to get him, because then it feels like a net neutral. Like, at that point, why do it?
To win a championship, screw it. I'm on the Rams bandwagon. Fuck them picks.
Well, yeah, but again, but you're not getting that much for it. Like, I feel like he would be worth losing to Nichushkin. Like, you're getting leadership, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about the Avs. We're talking about the Avs lacking leadership. Nichushkin's not a leader. You bring in a guy like Crosby, and he does have natural leadership. And you don't need. I mean, we've seen Landeskog be on the second line for how long?
That's true.
He's been on the second line for 2 seasons. Well, I mean, his last 2 or 3 that he played, he got moved out. Like we've seen this team in Bednar make moves. So is it that far-fetched to think that the Avs team that seems like it's lacking leadership or lacking an older voice in the room, bringing in a guy like Crosby would not bring that voice, and that would not be much more added value than a guy like Nichushkin, who I don't know. He's doing all right. What the fuck are you laughing at, Nick?
Well, Nichushkin's a scorer.
My brother commented on our Instagram side, and so he asked what mojo of the second line. I said, I don't know. I'm just saying for argument's sake. So I went and I pulled up the second line. He's way smarter than me anyway. So obviously your first line is Nichushkin, McKinnon, and Rantanen. Your second line is Miles Wood, Ross Colton, and Jonathan Drouin.
Who the fuck
Third
are those
line,
guys?
Ben Myers, Ryan Johansson, and LOC. And then McDermott, Olofsson, and Kivaranta.
I mean, you gotta keep O'Connor for the shorthanded goals.
Yeah, but
but I'm telling you, like
he slapped me in the mouth a little bit there with that second line. I thought there was somebody more powerful in that second line.
Like, who do you move out, or you move Nichushkin down? Like what? Like there's
but then you still have Nichushkin. Like you still have that guy that can go out there and and kind of be the proverbial bucket.
Well, yeah.
I feel like Val he's kind of a glue guy. Like he really kind of rallies the team around. This is our brother. He went through some shit, and we're gonna be there for him. We're gonna, I feel like he is motivation in that sense. So I feel like having Crosby and Nichushkin, that's when that really becomes, and not just Nichushkin, but like Crosby and all these guys. Like I feel like I would rather give up, like you said, picks. Fuck them picks, not players. I want to keep the players that we have. I would rather give up something a little bit more intangible, or maybe somebody who's been a little bit less of just all around out. Like once Nichushkin was gone last year, they couldn't do anything, and it was more than just that. But like I feel like again, it's kind of a neutral. Like you're adding that, but you're losing so much more. So that I feel like that addition is just kind of negated to an extent. Where if you can, and that's kind of the problem with it, but kind of the beauty of we have Joe Sakic and the guy that he's puppeting. I'm kidding. Is if they can do it without giving up one of those big pieces, then you really got something.
And to be clear, like I don't think just getting Crosby changes the this season. It's going to take more than just one player that they bring in to do that. So
no, I just arguing with you about it.
Like Crosby's just another one of those pieces, and it also. I mean, we just talked about it with Shohei and Yamamoto signing in LA. Like Crosby, you could have guys come and want to join him and McKinnon and piggyback into a championship, because in the NHL, it is more about championships than like a lot of other leagues.
Yeah.
Getting your name on that trophy etched forever is like, that is the peak.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get your name on the Lombardi Trophy. You don't get your name on the Commissioner's Trophy. You don't get your name on the Larry O'Brien.
Nope.
You get your name on the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's there for like 50 seasons.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite stories from the Avs winning the Cup, I forget who it was. I think it was a player, was being interviewed by the late, great Peter McNabb. And he picks up the cup and he goes, "It's funny, I don't see your name on here." And he like spins it around, and it's one of the like recorded times of Peter McNabb going, "Oh fuck you," or maybe it was like a story told later of them like in a room just kind of looking at it, and everyone getting to touch the cup and pick it up and all that kind of stuff. And the guy's like, "Oh hey, Pete, where's your name?" Like it means that much. It's the Heatles effect.
But that's what hockey is. Like hockey is
they will attract other good players.
Yeah, no, for sure. Heatles, like you said.
Yeah,
those guys came to Miami just to play.
Chris Bosh and D Wade, but people forget that without them bringing in old ass Ray Allen, they don't win a championship. He fucking there's a lot of people that say Ray Allen, saved LeBron's legacy because that was his first championship. Ray Allen doesn't make that corner three to win it's who knows, So you hope, like you said, they can attract some of those guys. I guess it'd have to be in trades, or are there many free agents they could bring in after what's his name got signed?
Crosby?
No, he was the big name talked about, got signed a couple weeks ago. Old guy from the Blackhawks.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Kane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Kane.
Yeah, Patrick Kane.
I'm sorry. I was going through my mental check of like which guys.
Yeah,
was-
I'm like,
guys.
well,
There's been so many signings lately. I'm on baseball signings, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh shit. I got to go to the hockey memory bank.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I gotta hit that, dude. I'm like downshifting.
Colin's flipping through files in his brain. Shit, wrong drawer.
Wrong one.
But yeah,
Oh,
are there
no,
many
I didn't
other, like,
even open
free
that
agents?
one up. Oopsie. Try to keep that one in the past.
My bad. I just think of SpongeBob. What's his name?
Oh man, I don't.
But yeah, like how many free agents are left that the Avs could really bring in to bolster the team at this point? It's all going to be trades anyway, right?
Well, yeah, it'll all be trades. There's no free agents or
Yeah. And is Crosby going to play multiple years, or is he going to be a 1-year rental?
no. I think he'd play multiple, like a few years.
He'd sign.
3.
He'd sign an extension.
Hey, as long as you can get 2, then that becomes a big factor because then you have an off season.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
was
you're
thinking
getting.
this
I
might
think
be
you're
his last
getting like
season.
3 years. No, I don't think it's his last year.
Okay, word. Then hell yeah, that's it. That's definitely a bigger deal. You might, but I don't know if I like the idea of sacrificing more this year for potentially next year. But I don't know. It's a fun topic though. I want it to happen, but I don't want to lose any of my guys I like.
Nick,
It's a
you're
weird
muted.
window they're in. I mean, if they, why am I muted?
Oh,
I
you
don't
were
know, it's
muted.
weird.
You were
I'm not
talking, and then and your mouth was moving, and there was nothing coming out, and then the sound finally caught up to you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that was like a glitch because it didn't say mute.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not muted. My hands are right here.
You're
haven't touched
good
it.
now.
Anyway.
Me and Joe both saw it.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't remember where I was going with that. You confused me. So let's move on to tomorrow before we hit the victory formation. One last
Say
game.
my name, Air Force Falcons.
Oh God. Anyway, 1:30 tomorrow, the Armed Forces Bowl. Air Force Falcons take on JMU, James Madison University. For those of you that are not in the know, and this is their first FBS bowl game. And so they are trying to prove that they deserve to be in the FBS, as they have played in all 4 levels of college football over their existence.
That's kind of fun.
And they're currently ranked 24th in the nation at 11-1. And we saw our Falcons hit a downward slide over the last 4 games of their season and barely played themselves into a bowl game.
Yeah, screw you, Army.
Oh,
They ruined it for Air Force. Oh,
I know,
man.
right?
I mean, talk about one loss derailing your whole season.
Dude,
yeah.
I don't know if Air Force can win this game the way that things ended, and then this long break just to sit there and ponder on that and what could have been.
See, I think the long breaks help them.
I
Do you?
agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about it because when you end a season the way that the Falcons did after being in the top 25 and talked about as, they could potentially play in the national championship if they go undefeated. I mean, I know it was a far-fetched, but when you go from that talk to playing JMU in a bowl game, like, cool, it's a bowl game. You're right. They should be hyped for it. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And especially as a young person, I know I would struggle with that. So I like, these guys are much more disciplined than I ever was. But man, I hope they come out and smash them in the mouth. But I'm nervous that this game is just going to be bad all around for Air Force.
It very well could, but I feel like it's almost kind of like the, time heals all wounds kind of idea, where they'll have enough time to be able to sort of get over that. Where if it was sooner, they'd probably be stressed more because they wouldn't have enough time to really process all the things. I feel like with this much time off, Troy Calhoun can kind of rally the troops to an extent, just go over film and be like, as long as we just do these things, it'll work. Just don't do this shit, and kind of have more time to maybe form more of a game plan. And I don't know how much they're going to be practicing during this time, if they'll be able to kind of have a little bit more continuity, because it just felt like they were inconsistent towards the end. Like they were so heavily consistent before, and then it was just like, I don't know, man. And
Army figured them out, and then it just went, like Colin said, it went downhill. They lost to Hawaii, which they shouldn't have lost that game. They lost to UNLV, and they lost to Boise State. So,
and they never felt like they were going to be really, or like they were in those games.
Didn't CSU beat Boise State?
Yes,
probably.
Yeah. Just goes to show you what happened on that downturn. Joe, you just said a phrase. You said a phrase, "Time heals all wounds." I wish I had heard that before, because I tried whiskey to heal all my wounds. It didn't work for me. I should have tried time.
Yeah, no.
Just kidding.
This is a different video game. Whiskey doesn't heal you in this one.
Yeah, whiskey did not heal any of my wounds.
Just created more.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't have any wounds. I drank whiskey.
I'm excited to watch it and watch Air Force and a Colorado team in a bowl game. Definitely not the Colorado team I thought was going to be in a bowl game.
Say that again?
I said definitely not the Colorado team we thought that was going to be in a bowl game.
Nah, that was going to be CSU.
Can't wait. Okay.
Hey, they were one win away.
I mean, you still got your orange hat on.
I mean, I did think they were going to be in a bowl game. I just thought other Colorado teams would be too.
No, I know it's a baseball.
Oh, is he sliding? Is the peppermint thing?
It's a base. Yeah.
I thought it was playing soccer.
Home plate.
I thought it was
it's home
peppermint
soccer ball. It's a peppermint shaped like home plate.
Peppermint
plate.
Sliding.
Now I can see it. From far away, it looks circular.
No, but
gingerbread smells.
I mean,
like gingerbread man smells like gingerbread.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Like I said, let's be honest. So at the start of the season, I mean, yeah, we all thought Air Force had a chance, but you really thought it was CU was going to be the bowl eligible team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just like screwing with everybody.
Now
I'm excited. I'm gonna be watching it for sure. I mean, we all know I got a love for the Air Force Falcons, so I'll be at home rooting for them. Hopefully, eating a pizza.
Yes.
Before I watch my Christmas.
I think I'll be getting home and getting ready to go on my way to the Gaylord for the ice exhibit out there.
Nice.
Ooh, fancy.
I work the game, so I'll be at the fan broadcasting the game.
Nice.
Yes. And it should be number 2 or just a continuation.
Oh, okay.
Besides a break in work.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh. May the force be with you then.
I was gonna say, you know what that sounds a lot like? It sounds a lot like victory.
I was gonna say, yeah, it sounds like Tom.
This is the victory formation.
All right, boys, here we go. Best play in football. 6 right tight diamond victory on 1. Break.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, it's jam.
The Pick'em segment, proving that Colin Zanker is the most humble man in the history of time. Least. Featuring Nick Archuleta, wishing he was somewhere else. And Joe Goodwin, just kind of winging it.
Okay, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Do I have a victory formation for you this weekend? Chockful, we got a lot to go through, but first, Joe's loose bad game of the week for him to watch, which could be the Broncos and Patriots' lowest over-under of the week right now. But we all know we're going to watch that anyway since we're Broncos homers. So it's a tough choice. I will tell you that. It's been a very difficult decision to make. There are 2 games that have a 38-point over-under. The first one is the Bengals at the Steelers tomorrow.
Oh, but that's going to be a great game.
And then the other one is the Packers at the Panthers. Those are both 38 over-unders. And then you
Yeah.
scroll down a little bit, and oh, how juicy is this 37-point over-under? The Washington Commanders, is Sam Howell going to keep playing, or is he going to get benched? Is Ron Rivera's job in jeopardy? Oh, guess who's starting for the Jets? It's Mr. Trevor Siemian.
Yep.
Oh, let's go.
That's the one. That's it. It has to be.
So it is the Commanders at the Jets at a 37 over-under.
That's
probably the second worst game of the week to watch, behind the Broncos and Patriots, even though we love our Broncos.
No, this game sounds like pure ass, and it's exactly what this segment is for.
And so
I can't
this is
wait.
This is the Jets' last home game of the season.
We go.
So, Joe, I expect your fireman's truck hat on and ready to go as you cheer for the Jets.
Okay, I'll go to Firehouse and give me a sandwich and a little fire hat.
I just assumed you'd be cheering for the Jets since you like the lowest scoring one in this lose bad segment.
Oh no, I picked up the Washington defense for the playoffs.
Well then you're definitely watching it. So
that's been my strategy every week is whoever plays the Jets.
There you go.
I've had the Dolphins on my team for like 6 weeks just because they played the Jets in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I kept the Browns on my bench, which didn't turn out good.
Yeah, all right, let's release them real quick. I'd appreciate it.
Nope.
They played the Jets.
I will not partake in that type of collusion, but I will not be setting my lineups in those leagues because I hope to lose. Let's get into it.
That's news bad.
I lost bad last week. Dumb start. Should have started Trey McBride. The Patriots head to the Mile High City, as we mentioned earlier. Patriots underdogs at plus 280. Broncos big favorites at minus 355. Nick, tell us why you're choosing the Broncos.
Again, the quarterback situation in New England is just too much for them to overcome a moderately good defense that can focus their attention solely on stopping the run. Neither quarterback is very good at completing passes, and they might have a guy with a name, but the secondary is still too strong. K-Jack's back, and Russ, I believe.
In Russ, he believes. We already knew that. Joe, tell me why you're picking against the Broncos to reverse the curse jinx.
See, that doesn't work anymore, though. Because otherwise I would just do that, and then I would make up a bunch of bullshit about why the Broncos are going to lose because it'd be funny.
Okay, well, then tell us why you're picking the Broncos.
I'm probably going to pick the Broncos, because they have to win this game. Like, I kind of do expect this to be disappointingly close. Terrifyingly close, gut-wrenchingly, whatever you want to call it. But they have to. Because they have to win out in order to make the playoffs for sure. They have to be able to beat teams like this. My buddy at work is a Patriots fan. He's going to the game. He's cheering for the Broncos. He wants a draft. He's stoked right now.
That's a smart football fan there.
On Christmas Eve, his favorite quarterback is Bailey Zappi. He's excited. He's in the pursuit of zappiness. But yeah, man, they have to be able to find a way here. They've got to be able to find some kind of more consistency in the running game like they did before. Maybe some more play action stuff. Get it to some other fucking receivers because we know Belichick is going to try to take away Courtland Sutton, which could work out in the Broncos' favor because I don't know who else the Patriots have in coverage much on that defense. Now they have Jabril Peppers, who doesn't count as coverage just by being in the secondary. So hopefully we we said this every single week, but hopefully this is a Jerry Jeudy game. Maybe my guy, Lil Jordan Humphrey, will catch the fucking touchdown pass. Maybe we'll get some memes. This could be fun, but I feel like it's going to be a slog. I'm worried that Zappi is just a little too efficient, maybe not necessarily that good. And, they might end up stopping Zeke, but just, I don't know. It concerns me, but the Broncos have to find a way to win this. So I have to pick them That's it.
Yeah, I saw cracks in the armor. I don't trust in the Broncos this season, and yeah, I just whatever. I'm going to pick against the Broncos anyway, since I'm going to do it for the next
Shocker.
3 weeks. So go Patriots. Joe, next game we have. You got to tell me why I should choose the Raiders over the Chiefs at minus 575. Chiefs favorite at home.
Tell me
It's
why.
the Raiders at plus 425. Joe, who you got?
Oh, man.
Well, we got to go through two crappy.
Hold on.
games
Let me
before
think
we
about
get to
this
the
for a
good
very
game.
long amount of time. No, it's Kansas City. Like, come on.
Yeah. Nick, or no, actually, it's me next. You know what? I'm gonna go with an upset, and I really am gonna go with the Raiders here.
Colin's going to
I don't know what's going on in Kansas City, and I like what's happening with the Raiders. They're playing good. They're playing hard. And Josh Jacobs should be playing this week too. So I'm picking up the Raiders to beat the Chiefs this week. Nick, who you got? I think by that, damn it, you were going with the Raiders too.
That was. For a lot of the same,
He was, and now you're gonna switch because
a lot of the same reasons you were talking about was because I mean, just like you were saying, you know, Kansas City's in some kind of turmoil right now that nobody's really willing to admit. Josh Jacobs should be back, and I mean, just as good as they looked against the Chargers, they have motivation now, and they just feel like they have something to play for, even if it's nothing. Which, I mean, it's Kansas City, so they're going to try and derail that team anyway. So it's too hard to pick against the Raiders right now.
Here we go. We
right.
move on to the second of the Christmas Day games, and that is the Giants at the Eagles. Plus 550 for the Giants, minus 800 for the Eagles. Eagles have looked like crap lately. But hey, that good guy Tommy DeVito is not going to beat the Eagles in Philadelphia.
No.
So yeah, give me the Eagles in that one. Nick, who you got?
Oh yeah, give me the Eagles all the way. Jalen Hurts is going to be healthy again, and I'm pretty sure that's going to help the Eagles get out of this slide. So nothing better than beating the G-men on your own turf.
Only beating the G spot in the bedroom. Joe, who you got?
I really want to take the Giants. Just because that sounds funny. I mean, come on, look at all the good press from he's had so much pizza.
Pizza slows you down.
Fuck it, I'll take him. Let's go.
Are you taking the Giants? Oh, now I got to go back and change it. I had us all sweeping.
I'm doing it. I'm taking Tommy DeVito.
All right, we move to the last game of Christmas Day. That is the Ravens at plus 210 against the 49ers at minus 250. And what we already know, because the NFL Super Bowl logo is a Super Bowl preview. Nick, who you got? Sorry, I got the hiccups.
You know, this is going to be a really good game. Obviously, it's a Super Bowl preview. I got to throw my money at the 49ers.
Nick and the 49ers. Joe, who you got?
Yeah, it's the Niners. I mean, Ravens look good, but not that good. The Niners look, really good. To use zero other descriptive words. Yeah, we're going to stick with that.
Well, I'm going to go solo on this one and take the Ravens.
Hell yeah.
We're
just a bunch of contrarians.
I actually really like what Lamar Jackson is doing, and I know they lost Keith Mitchell last week. Lamar! And I get nervous about Kyle Shanahan in the limelight. So, with the opportunity to clinch something, I haven't seen Shanahan do it. I've seen Harbaugh do it before. So, yeah, there you go. And we move on to a full slate of NBA on Christmas Day games. We got 4 to pick here, and we'll be done. We start off, we got game number 1, the early morning game. The team that didn't get shafted, The Nuggets are at home as minus 225 favorites over the Draymond-less Warriors. Joe, who you got?
The Nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if I have to go back and change anything on this, but I obviously have the Nuggets also in this one. Nick, do you have the Nuggets also?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Steph Curry, I need
yeah.
him to hit less than 5 threes, I think, in this game.
I don't see that happening.
All right. The second game of the day, Celtics visit Los Angeles. Celtics are minus 130 favorites over the Lakers at plus 110 at home. I am going the C's way on this one. Even though I hate LeBron on Christmas, he seems to show up. Celtics are just playing too good right now. And I think that the plus 110 is a baiting line for people to pick the Lakers. Nick, who you got?
I hate this because I hate the Celtics and I hate LeBron. The Celtics already burned me once, so I guess I'll go with the Celtics. Those jerks.
All right, Joe, who you got?
Oh man, I was gonna take the Celtics until you said LeBron on Christmas. Like, dude, that the last time I picked the team better than the Lakers in a primetime game, the Lakers shot like 1-3 and won a fucking meaningless trophy, and now they're gonna put up a meaningless banner. And
Oh, they already did.
The banner's up.
Exactly, yeah. So are they gonna put up a fucking "we won a game on Christmas" banner too? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm taking the Lakers.
Okay. We move on to the third game of the day. 76ers are visiting Miami, where the only snow there is in the Colombians' backseat of the car.
Different kind of snow.
A different kind of snow completely. 76ers are favored at minus 105, underdogs at minus 105, Heat at minus 115. This is Nick. Nick, you're up first.
Yeah, give me Philly. I feel like that's a mistake, so give me Philly.
Philly, all right. Joe, who you got?
I made the snow joke, and I didn't hear what the other team was, so I'm really glad Nick picked him. So I know that it's the Heat versus Philly. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, Philly's on a fucking roll. Joel Embiid, the stat I heard, I don't know if he's kept it up, but was averaging more points than
40
minutes.
points per game.
Like, more points than minutes.
That's good.
That's fucking stupid. Which makes it even more irritating that he got the fake MVP last year, because Jokic could have had his three-peat, and Embiid might just be the MVP this year. That's okay. You know, the Nuggets will hopefully be a better team. But, dude, Philly looks really good right now. That'll be such a fun finals, Jokic versus Embiid. I would love that so much. But, yeah, I'm taking Philly.
Give me the Heat at home on Christmas Day. I think the Heat are slowly finding their stride now that Jimmy Butler's out of his emo phase. And the final game to wrap it up is the Mavericks versus the Suns. Dallas travels to Phoenix at Christmas. Well, they'll probably already be there, but they play Christmas night. Mavericks plus 154 underdogs against the Kevin Durant Suns at minus 185. Joe, who you got?
I hate this. I hate this so much, because if fucking Kyrie plays, it's the Mavericks. No question. But we don't know if he's going to play. We know that the Suns have issues. Something's wrong with them. But their stars are going to come out. Like, they played a good game against the Nuggets last year on Christmas. And right until Aaron Gordon dunked of the year all over Landry Shamet.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. I happened to be at that game. That was that's the best Nuggets game I've ever been to, by far.
I mean, you do bring it up a lot.
Well, yeah, because it was awesome. Like, I've been to a lot of Broncos games. That was by far the best Nuggets game. Super cool. Like, dude, he flew back so far. But so I guess I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna take Dallas. We're gonna bet that Kyrie plays on Christmas and shows out.
I like the way that you're thinking, but I also know the Suns at home have been very difficult, so I'm going with the Suns. Nick, close this thing up for us.
Hmm.
I don't trust Kyrie to tie my shoes, so I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
He wouldn't. What would he not tie your shoes in a circle?
I don't think so. No.
They'd have to be flat laces.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know. You can't do the around the world knot on your shoelaces with Kyrie. Well,
I only did that for wrestling.
a big slate of games on the Victory Formation. It's going to be a lot to recap next week. So, wishing everyone luck on all of your bets this weekend,
especially Clayton. Pretty much, mostly Clayton. As he's posted in the chat, let's go.
Clayton, you're probably not going to like me very much for picking the Patriots, but that's all right. Go everybody but Colin, but that's all right. I hope everyone has some good bets this weekend as I'm on my quest for 1,000 and everyone else is playing catch up. So full slate to recap next week.
It'll be fun.
Joe, you might be able to move up into second again with all these games. I don't know for sure, but
there's a lot. It's like double jeopardy. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I mean, Colin, you pretty much ran the show tonight. Thanks for doing that because I couldn't figure out Instagram for a while. For Colin Zanker and Joe Goodwin, this has been the Undrafted Uncensored. Thanks to Michael Spillane and everybody over at ep.70sports.com. Head over there, check out our old shows, check out our new shows, check out their shows, check out Michael's show, The Wheelhouse. There's also Between the Lines, Gridiron, Intel, and all kinds of other shenanigans. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. We love you.
Happy Honda days.
Love you all. See ya.